Hello everybody, how are you? Today we will solve a lot of question about dynamics. Look at this question from Muasir book. We have a lot of question. Number one here. If the shoe body move with an acceleration 2 m per square second on a row horizontal plane, then the value of mu equal. Look at this plane here, and we have body here move with acceleration 2 meter per square second. We have acceleration 2 meter per square second. Look at his body here. We have the force was 24 Newton. Do from left hand side to right hand side, and we have reaction here, and the weight down was 5 kilogram. 5 multiply 9.8 convert to Newton, and this force was 24 Newton, and we have here mu multiply R equal 24. We can write 24 because we moved from left hand side to right hand side. 24 here subtract by m multiply r equal ma from Newton rule. We can using Newton rule to solve this equation. Look at here, we can write 24 subtract mu multiply r. It is a force, okay? Force act to the body was 24 Newton. 24 subtract mu multiply r. You want to find the value of mu, okay? Equal m multiply a. M is the weight. M was the weight, but mu it's constant here. Okay, and we have reaction equal 5 multiply 9.8. We can solve this equation to find mu. We have acceleration here, so we can write 24 subtract mu multiply reaction was 5 multiply 9.8 equal the weight was 5 multiplied by acceleration was 2. E was acceleration 5 multiplied 2. 24 subtract mu multiplied by 5 multiplied 9.8 equal 10. So we can move this unknown here, mu multiply 9.8 to right hand side, mu multiply 5 multiply 9.8, and 10 we will move it to left hand side, 24, and convert the sign here. 4 subtract 0 equal 4, 2 subtract 1 equal 1, and mu we can divide it by this coefficient to find mu. 5 multiply 9.8. Then mu we can find it by using calculator. We can write 14 over 5 multiplied by 9.8. Then result will be 2 over 7. Mu will be 2 over 7 is constant. Okay, it's clear. Another question. The plane is smooth and the body is smooth, and the pressure on the body 14 root 2 Newton. Then the magnitude of acceleration equals space meter per square second. You want to find acceleration. Look at the body here. He give us the pressure. We know the pressure equal about this figure, about this body. We have the pressure equal root 2 multiply tension. T multiply by 2. It's the pressure. He give us the pressure was 14 root 2. Then the tension will be 14 Newton. We have the tension here, and we have the body here. The tension will be equal m multiplied by a. Okay, the plane is smooth and the body is smooth, and the pressure on the body 14 Newton, 14 root 2 Newton. Then the magnitude acceleration equal space, we have 2 equal ma from Newton rule. Then we can write here 14 equal, the weight was 5, he give us the weight was 5, and acceleration, we can find the result about acceleration by divided by 5. 14 divided by 5, the result will be 2.8 meter square per square second. Okay, so the result will be 2.8. we must choose 2, number 2. Another question. A body of mass 35 kg is placed on pressure, skull fixed in the ceiling of a lift moving upward with velocity of magnitude 4 meter per second, and the skull reading is 343 Newton. Then the distance traveled by the lift in 7 seconds equal space meter. We have here a body of mass 35 kg, the weight down here, and we have reaction up and it moving upward. The result will be, we can write the equation R subtract mg equal ma from Newton rule. We can write it here. We can write R subtract mg equal ma. We have reaction, a body of mass 35 kg and g was 9.8, and we can write reaction here. Reaction give us, reading with me again, he give us a body. Okay, we can find acceleration. We can find acceleration about this equation. R subtract mg. Reaction give us here, look at here, skull reading 343. So we can write 343 subtract the weight was 35 multiplied by g equal 9.8 equal 35 multiplied by acceleration. We want to find acceleration. To find what? The distance. You want to find the distance, so we must find the acceleration about this equation. Okay, 343 subtract by 35 multiplied by 9.8, and we can divide the result all by 35 to find acceleration. You can use a calculator to find acceleration. Acceleration would be equal 0 because 9.8 multiplied 35 or 343. 35 multiply 9.8, so the result will be equal 0. What's the meaning about acceleration equals 0? Its meaning, the velocity will be what? We can find the distance over distance over second, distance equal v multiply t. You want to find the distance will be s. Okay, and velocity, he give us the velocity will be what is the velocity was be look at here, the velocity of 4 meter per second. 4, the velocity was 4, is in 4. We can write 4 equal distance over t equal what? 7. Then the distance will be 7 multiplied by 4 equal 28 meter. Why we are used this relation? Because a equals 0. A equals 0, then we know the distance equal v multiply t. Distance, or we can write s is reverse to distance, v multiplied by t. Another example, a bullet of mass 0.01 or 0.012 12,000 kilogram is fired with velocity of magnitude 21 meter per second. The bullet penetrated through wall distance 6 centimeter before coming to rest. Find the magnitude of the wall resistance in kilogram weight assuming in constant. Okay, we have here a bullet of mass is fired with velocity, we note, equal what? 21 meter per second. We have here bullet of mass fired with velocity through wall distance 6 centimeter, and distance will be 6 centimeter. We can divide it by 100, it will be 600 meter to convert to meter. From centimeter to meter is the distance here. Okay, before coming to rest, then v equals 0. Okay, we have here a bullet of mass 0.012 kilogram is the weight of the bullet. Okay, velocity magnitude 21 meter per second is the bullet penetrated through the wall, distance 6 centimeter, and then rest, before coming to rest. Here is the distance 6 centimeter, it will be 600 meter. You want to find the magnitude of the wall. Okay, we can find the magnitude of the wall by using or by find the acceleration. We want to find the acceleration here. Who can find the acceleration? We have equation contained of velocity v int, the velocity in the int, square equal v naught square plus 2 multiply a multiply by s. We have here 0 and v naught equal 21. We can write 21 square plus 2 multiply acceleration multiplied by distance 600. Then we can move it to left hand side, negative 21 square over 2 multiply 0.06, it will be acceleration. Okay, so you can find the result by using calculator. We can write here 21 square over 2 multiply 0.06, and the result will be negative 3675. The acceleration will be negative 3675. Okay, and the units will be meter per square second. We have acceleration now. Okay, in the example we have what? Acceleration. We want to find what in this example? He want to find the magnitude of the wall. Look at here. We have here the magnitude will be r, and it moved the inverse about direction. So we can using from Newton rule a relation about them, negative r, because r coming here and the moved from left hand side to right hand side, and r will be negative, so such that negative r equal m multiply a from Newton rule. And then we can complete this example by find what? By find r, and we have the weight here. Then negative r equals the weight equal 0.012 multiplied by acceleration was negative 3675. We can cancel negative with negative here, then r will be what? R will be the result by using calculator. You can use calculator to find the result here, multiplied by 0.01 and 2 equal what? The result 44.1. Yeah, then the magnitude are 44. It's a constant, okay? 44.1. Okay, understood? But in this example, we want to find the magnitude of the wall in kilogram weight. The result will be Newton. We can divide it by 9.8 to convert from Newton to kilogram watt. Divided by 9.8. The result be 4.5. It will be 4.5 kilogram watt. Okay, then the result will be 4.5 kilogram because he wanted the result about the unit kilogram watt. Okay, another example, another question. If a particle moves in a straight line where the algebraic measure of its position vector x is given by x equals 6t power 2 subtract t power 3, then the motion is retarded in. The motion retarded, its meaning v multiply a less than 0. It's the meaning about motion is retarded. Okay, so we must find the velocity and find the acceleration and multiplication about them to find the solving about equation and drawing the number line and to find the interval about the solve. Okay, we know x equal what? 6t power 2 subtract t power 3. He give us x is distance, so we can find the velocity. It's the first derivative about x 40. It will be 12t subtract 3t power 2 because we can drop the power here. The result will be 12t subtract t power 2. It's the velocity and acceleration. It's the first derivative about velocity 40. Okay, then the result will be 12. Here we can drop the bar here and we can drop the bar again. 2 times 6 equal 12t subtract 3t power 2, and we can drop the bar here. It will be 6 multiplied by t, and we can using this inequality here va less than 0 because he told us the motion is retarded in what? So we can multiply e and velocity, multiply them such that v multiply a less than 0. Then we can write 12t subtract t power 2 in brackets here multiply by acceleration was 12 subtract 6t and all less than 0. We must find and solve about this equation to draw in a straight line. We can write here 6 common factor between them and t. We can write 6 here about this brackets. The result will be 2 subtract t, and here we can write t outside, and the result will be 12 subtract by, we have what, 3. Okay, we have 3 here. The result will be 12 subtract 3 t, and we can write 3 outside again about here because 12 can divide it by 3. 3 times 6 equal 18 t. 12 divided by 3 equal 4 subtract 3 divided by 3 equal 1 multiply t subtract 2 less than 0, and we have here t will be equal 0 or t equal 4 or t will be equal 2. We have t equal 0 or 4 or 2. We can solve this equation. Negative multiply negative equal positive, so we can drawing this straight line here about t will be equal 0 at what? At 2, 0, 4. We can write 0 here and 2 and 4, and we can write the similar about here. Negative multiply negative equal positive, so we can write the sign here will be positive, and here will be positive, and inside them will be negative. Okay, so we must find v multiply by a less than 0 at the interval from 2 and 4. 2 and 4 it will be open, so the result we must choose letter D. Okay, letter D, because the motion is retarded at in the interval 2 and 4. Okay, letter D. Again I will solve it again. We know v multiply a equals 0 because the motion is retarded. Then we have x, and we can find velocity and acceleration. and multiplication about velocity and acceleration less than 0. One can solve about this equation. T will be equal 0 or 4 or t. We can here 0 or 2 or 4. Between 2 and 4 the sign will be negative, and here will be positive and positive, such as that, because we have the equation here negative multiply negative equal what? Here equal positive. It's a second degree, so we must assign here positive and positive, and inside of them will be negative. We must find v multiply a less than 0 at the interval 2 and 4. It will be open, so the result will be letter D. Another question: if velocity equal 1 plus sine t and x equal negative 2 when t equals 0, then x equal. Okay, we know x equals interval about v dot dt. Okay, we know the velocity such that the first we can write velocity equal 1 plus sine t. Okay, we have what? The velocity here, and we know x integration about v dot dt, and we have v equal 1 plus sine t, so we can substitute here v equal 1 plus sine t dot dt. Then what about integration about 1 plus sine t? X equal integration about 1, it will equal t, and sine t it will be cosine t, and we can write here negative cosine t. Integration about sine will be negative cosine, because derivative about cosine will be negative sine, negative multiply negative equal positive, and we must write constant here. Who can find the constant about this equation from the first up here? X equal negative 3, negative 2 when t equals 0, such that x equal negative t, negative 2, and t equals 0. Then we can find the constant right here. About substitute x equal negative 2 and t equals 0, subtract cosine 0 plus constant. We know cosine 0 equal what? Equal 1, so negative 2 will be equal negative 1, because cosine 0 equal 1, and we can write here negative, okay, negative cosine 0 negative 1 plus constant, and you can move negative 1 from right hand side to left hand side, then the constant will be negative 1, then constant will be negative 1, and then you can write this equation x equal is subtract cosine t plus constant was negative 1. Okay, this is the result. You must choose letter D. Understood? You must know this relation about x and velocity. X equal interval about x equal integration about v dot dt. So the result will be letter D.